Today, the Identity 5 team announced the release of their newest character, Florian Brand, a male survivor. Florian will be the 44th survivor added to the game, following directly after Matthias Chernin. This new survivor takes on the role of a fire investigator, and he looks a lot like a firefighter. At first glance, he's decked out in all the gear, fireman uniform, carrying a fire hose, and sporting a backpack. But there's got to be more to him than just his looks, right? So, what do we know about him? And based on how he looks, what do you think he'll be doing in the game? And what special abilities might he bring to the table? First, let's dive into his backstory. While you might find a brief introduction about him on Identity 5's English social media, for a more detailed account, let's head over to the official Identity 5 blog on their Weibo account. That's where you'll discover his full backstory. Of course, his backstory is originally written in Chinese. However, you can easily use Google Translate to translate it, just as I did. But if you're unable to do so, no worries. I've already translated it for you. I made some edits to improve clarity, but if you prefer the raw translation, feel free to translate it yourself. Ready? Here's the translated version. Initially, Florian's story appears to be rather melancholic. However, it's a common trope in Identity 5 for survivors to harbor dark secrets. These secrets are frequently exploited by the mastermind to lure individuals to participate in the deadly game. So, what precisely is the secret behind Florian's narrative? Let's examine the details. Initially, Florian's home caught fire, resulting in the death of his parents. Subsequently, he was placed in an orphanage, marking the beginning of his somber tale. In the earlier explanation, it was mentioned that each time the orphanage director recounted these stories to the donors, they collectively sighed, moved by the display of selfless love and expressing appreciation for the resilience of life. This suggests that Florian's story had a heartwarming effect on the orphanage's donors. However, does Florian share this sentiment? Let's explore the next story. Maybe this is indeed a miracle of inherited love. In countless recurring dreams late at night, Florian witnessed the scene of that day, replaying in his mind over and over again, specifically the flames that devoured his parents while they remained in the house. In my understanding, Florian is grappling with the trauma of that incident, which undoubtedly remains a distressing memory for him. But what happened next? Let's find out. Florian eventually decided to embrace the belief that his parents' love endured, merging with the flames. This perspective offered solace from the pain of loss and death. Consequently, his recurring dreams ceased to torment him. Instead, they became a source of companionship, guidance, and enlightenment. This phrase suggests that, after witnessing the director repeatedly recounting his story, Florian's mindset undergoes a transformation. He starts to perceive his ordeal not as a tragedy, but as a stroke of luck, or even an opportunity for gaining wealth and fame, mirroring the actions of the orphanage director. Then, let's move on. Florian, having learned to cooperate, garnered more sympathy, leading to an increase in donations. His proactive attitude and seemingly serious and responsible character resulted in his selection by the administrators as a manager among the children. This routine persisted until a new fire broke out, engulfing the entire orphanage in inextinguishable flames. In the midst of the chaos, Florian bravely ran back and forth, rescuing many children and administrators. So, this sentence describes Florian's heroic act of rescuing the children and administrators from the orphanage fire. While undoubtedly courageous, it foreshadows a darker truth to be revealed in the subsequent phrase. Florian, almost an adult, gained widespread media attention for his courageous actions. He seized this opportunity to leave the orphanage and was employed by a fire insurance company. In addition to preparing routine fire cause reports, Florian willingly engages in high-risk rescue operations whenever he can reach the scene in time. His bravery and steadfastness in the face of fire, combined with his extensive experience in fire prevention, resulted in remarkably successful rescue outcomes within the neighborhood under his jurisdiction, with minimal casualties. Remarkably, the incidence of fires in this area also notably decreased. From this point, we can speculate on Florian's involvement in the manor game. The mastermind, aware of Florian's actions, might blackmail him into participating in the deadly game. Alternatively, the mastermind could enlist Florian's help to investigate the backgrounds of other characters with fire-related incidents in their lore. Now, let's discuss the potential inspiration behind Florian's character. As we're familiar, Identity 5 characters often draw inspiration from real-life historical figures. Although the real-life counterpart of Florian Brand hasn't been disclosed, we can glean some insights from his name, Florian. Interestingly, the name may refer to the Florian Cross or St. Florian Cross, which is an emblem that symbolizes the firefighting departments across the globe, thus indicating its importance in the firefighting community. Upon further investigation, I discovered a notable figure named Saint Florian. Saint Florian was a Roman military leader during ancient times, renowned for his role as a firefighter. He is documented to have organized special units dedicated to extinguishing fires during his era. His name is associated with various legends related to firefighting. For instance, one legend claims that he extinguished a fire with just a single pitcher of water. Despite facing capital punishment by burning at the stake, it's said that he miraculously escaped the fire and was executed by drowning instead, as if the fire couldn't touch him. Furthermore, there's a renowned church in Poland named St. Florian Church, which gained legendary status after surviving a neighborhood fire unscathed. In summary, the name Florian carries significant meaning within the firefighting community. Regarding Florian's role and abilities, currently, there is no available information. However, it's likely that details will emerge soon, especially since he will be available on the test server starting April 12th, just a week away. If I were to speculate, I imagine his abilities might involve utilizing his fire hose and backpack. Perhaps he can shoot water from his backpack, similar to the wax artist's ability. Instead of covering the target in wax, Florian's ability might push them away or stun them for a few seconds. In terms of his role, I see similarities to the forward, especially if my speculation about his ability is correct. Therefore, I would classify him as an assist-type survivor. There is currently no information available about Florian's potential in-game scenario, and we may not receive any details until next year when Florian receives his first birthday letter. However, there is a theory suggesting that he might be involved in Game 2, alongside characters like Edmund Reed, Jack, and Keegan. This speculation is based on Florian's appearance. He is depicted wearing a blue uniform and a helmet, resembling a typical firefighter uniform from the late 19th century. The question arises, from which country does this uniform originate? Upon examining various sources, some believe that it resembles a British fireman uniform. Therefore, if Florian is indeed British, it's highly probable that he will be a participant in Game 2, considering that this game features contestants from the United Kingdom. Based on information from Weibo, we can anticipate that this survivor will be available on the test server starting April 12, 2024, just a week away. Consequently, we can expect his promotional video and skill details to be revealed soon. Regarding his official release date, the Identity 5 Japanese Twitter account indicates that he will be released on April 30th, 2024, which is less than a month from now. What are your thoughts on this new survivor? Many players expressed disappointment because Miles wasn't chosen as the new survivor. However, what's your take on the situation? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments section below. Thanks for tuning in, as always.